start. All right, hi everyone. I am Jennifer and I am the owner of JL Design. I've been doing design, graphic design for about 20 years now. And then I've also been doing a web design, specializing in like the last 6 years, I think. I love it. I love design. I love creating new things and I love WordPress. I had tried WordPress way back when it was like WordPress 2 and it was way too hard. So I gave it up for a while. And then when 3 came around, it was a lot easier to do themes and do the menus. So I got on board and I have not stopped since. So I'm going to go through a few things today. I had a couple questions come in, and anytime during the seminar, if you have any questions, go ahead and put it into the question box or the chat box. Either one of those is fine, and I will do my best to go ahead and answer those questions. Now, I have been doing it for about 6+ years, so I will admit I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So hopefully any of your questions I will know. If not, I will go back through and research it and find out the answer for you. It's one also great thing about WordPress is that there is so many answer boards, like question answer boards. There's just so many places to get information to find out what you need to know. And I have awesome Google skills, which help me do that. So I have learned a lot. I have my own, obviously, website, and I've been creating for others. And I also have a personal blog, which I'm going to be using as a demo today, that I kind of use to play around with to see how different things work and see what works, what doesn't work. And so I'm going to use that as a demo today. That way I don't really screw up my good site. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question I had was about adding items to your menu. So I'm going to go into my website here. Now this is my personal blog. So I'm already logged in. So I'm assuming you know how to do that. And so when you log in, you're going to get to your dashboard, which kind of shows the overview of everything. And what you're going to notice probably first off is mine is going to look different than yours. And that's one thing you always have to remember is when I'm doing these demos, I'm going to have a lot of different things that you probably won't have. And that's based on the theme that you have installed, the plugins that you have installed. The basic concepts are the same, but some of your items might show just a little bit different. So just want to let you know that. And I'm going to go in and you see here, I'll show you my front here. This is my menu here, the way I have things set up. Now, say for instance, you want to add another drop down. So I've got 2 here, I want to add a third one. What you could do is go ahead and create the page, and you're going to go into Appearance and Menus. Now, this, like I was talking about, this is something that happened in WordPress 3. It came in, was these menus, and this is so easy to change menus around now. Again, your theme might be different because you can also have multiple menus. In this theme that I have set up, I'm using Headway. I only have one menu set up. So mine's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. I have one option. If you have more than one set up, you'll see that up on top here, there will be a drop-down menu, and then you just change it to the one that you want to change to. So for instance, let's just say I want to add in another page. Now I already have this media kit in there, but just to show you, I'm going to do another one. This section here is going to show you all the different pages that you have. If for some reason you're not seeing the one that you want, you can click the View All, and it'll show you all of them. This tab here obviously is just the most recent. So what I want to do is click that, click Add to Menu, and you'll see right now it's at the very bottom of the menu. So if I were to hit Save right now, then that would be up in this section here. But if I want to make it a sub-menu, what you do is you just drag it up to wherever you want it to be, and then you'll see how it's indented. You can make it all the way out, which makes it its own menu, or you can just drag it in, which makes it even with these, or if you want to do it another layer in, keep dragging it out more. See, so you can see now it's even indented more. If I were to hit Save, and then go up top here and hit Refresh, you're going to see I have 2. I have these 2, and then when I hover over the second one, another one comes out. So if I were to put it right underneath it, it would have been another third one in this row. But since I added on as another submenu, it opens up when I hover over it. So that's how you do your menu items. Pretty simple, right? WordPress 3, I tell you, this was like the greatest thing that ever came out. So now you can also do, that was showing you how you do your pages. You'll see that this column here is for pages. If you close it up, you'll see there's also links. You can make your own link. So if you want to go and link to a different website, you can just put the URL right in here. This space, you just put the text that you want it to say, and then it will show up on your menu just like these. But if you click on it, it'll bring you to a different website. So for instance, I'll just put in Google right here. And I'll just say this is a search, and I'll add this to the menu. And you'll see right here, it's a search. Save it. And then if I hit refresh, you see it's right here. And now I go to Google. Now, obviously, you probably don't want it to do that, send people to Google, but that's just a case if you want to send it to a shopping website, whatever you want to send it to. So you'll see here too that you can change the label. You can change it to whatever you want, even after you've already put it in here. And then if you want to remove it, you just click remove. And remember to always save it. Otherwise, it won't get saved. So that is how you do menus. All right, so another question that I had was widgets, adding different categories to your sidebar. See, so if you want to, mine, I have the categories here on the side on my bottom. But say you want to put them in your sidebar. Now, again, each theme is going to be a little bit different, but if you have a blog, yours more than likely is going to be set up as a column on the right or the left, and then your main column in the center. Now, most themes, how you're going to change these items is you're going to go into your widget area. So if you go into widgets, you'll see mine is called the widget area number 4. I have what's called a framework theme using Headway, and basically I can name my widget areas whatever I want, and I can place them wherever I want in my main theme creator. So yours is going to be a little bit different. Probably it will say sidebar more than likely if you have a theme that you have purchased. So you just have to basically locate whichever one that you're trying to fix or you're trying to add to. So if I want to add my categories, I just drag it, and all I did was I clicked on it and I dragged it over. Oops. And I just dragged it over. And so you just add a title. So let's see, I'll name it categories. And this is your basic one that comes with WordPress. You can, if you have plugins, sometimes they will add additional functions to your categories or your posts or whatever else you want to put in their sidebar. This is a basic one that comes with WordPress. So you can display it like I showed you before, a big long list, or you can display it as a drop down. So if I hit save, I'll show you what that looks like. Showing it as a drop down makes it all nice and compact and small. And then here's all of my categories that I have. So again, you can have them all listed out, so it takes up a lot of space, or if you're pressured on space, you can just do it in this little drop down menu here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll take that one out. You can also, if you look over on this side here, what I have here is mostly just the basic ones that come with WordPress. So there's, you can add a search bar up there. You can add, there's also like the archives. You can do them by month. So if they hit on, a certain month, it'll just show you all of the blog posts from that month. The categories I just showed you. There, just look through them. There's a whole bunch of different ones that you can use. And if you don't find the one that you want to, you can search out a plugin that will do it for you, because you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with your blog posts, organizing them. Now, sorry. One of the other things that is really nice that you can do is you can do a custom menu. Now, just as I showed you in the menus prior to this, you can make your own custom menu, which you can then put in your sidebar. So see, for now, I only have one menu that I have created. So I'll just show you what that looks like. This will be a repeat of my main menu. But if you wanted to, you can make your own menu up. And how you do that is you just go, I'll do that first. Right, delete. You go back to your menus. And you can hit this create new menu. So now this time I'll name this one, we'll just say menu 2 for simplicity. So I can create it. So now you see also what I was telling you before. Now I have a drop-down menu to pick which one I want to edit. So now I'm in menu 2. So let's say, well, we'll just take a couple of them. This one and this one. Add it to the menu. All right. So now you'll see it's all right in here. You can drag them, reorganize them, however you want to do them. Save it. Now go back to the widgets area, and you will notice when I go and pick, oh, my menu. Where did he go? There it is. The menu over here. Let's say menu 2, and now I'll have a choice between menu 1 or menu 2. So we'll just say menu 2, and there it is. So you got that. So it's just another neat way to customize your site. All right, so let's see, what was the other question? Coding is okay. Okay, so I had another question from a current client about how she would put links onto Facebook and they wouldn't actually show what she wanted them to show. So I'm going to kind of go into this one, and I'm going to talk about Yoast to begin with, and that's kind of one thing that I think everybody should have on their blog, and then how you can use Yoast to go ahead and put in customize your links for Facebook. So I already have Yoast installed, and I'll show you that once you install it, what it looks like. All right, so I'll go in and I'll edit this one because I don't think I've done this one yet. So once you install Yoast, at the very bottom of every post, and pages also, you will see that there is a little box here. And now it may, depending on your theme, it may be a couple down, it may be somewhere in this area, but just look for it underneath the editor for your blog post. So Yoast is a really, really awesome way of getting your SEO fine-tuned. It basically will, if you use it right, it will just walk you right through it, and you will have a wonderfully tailored post for the keyword that you're thinking of. So for this particular one, I picked the Minecraft birthday party. So you'll see this is the keyword. This is what I think people are going to go to Google and they're going to try and search. So that's in my mind, this is the best keyword that I think they're going to use. So you just want to think of what the person who is going to be searching this information, are they going to put into Google to find it? So for this case, I put Minecraft birthday party because that's what it's about. So you'll see here this snippet preview. This is what you're going to see when you go to Google and someone types it in. This is what's going to show up in the list. So right here, this is the title. Now this can be different than the title of your actual post up here. And see, for this one, I just put Minecraft birthday party. I actually probably should have been a little bit more creative, but I was being lazy, to be truthful. I was being lazy. So you'll see that in the SEO title, I did change it a little bit different. I put it as ideas for Minecraft birthday party. So that was a little bit better. That may be also something that somebody is searching for. When they search it, then they see this, they're like, oh, okay, that might be a good thing. So, and in the bottom, this again, I got kind of lazy. It should actually be a little bit more beefier, but it should give you a really good explanation of what the individual is going to see when they click on this link. So my very basic, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see ideas and links to a great Minecraft theme ideas and to host a great Minecraft theme party. Again, I should probably rewrite that, but you'll get the idea. So this is the general tab, which is what you will show up on Google. You can see here, Yoast tested me. They're like, your keywords are in the article heading, yes, the title, the URL. I actually don't have it in the content. So that means that up in my content, I probably use Minecraft birthday party, but I didn't use it all together. So that's telling me that I should go back into my blog post and I should change it so that it does match that, because then you'll get a better rating for the SEO. And you have more of a chance of someone landing on your page. And the same thing with the meta description. So I should probably change this to birthday. And you'll see once I changed it, this went to a yes. The goal is to get as many yeses as you can. You want to go, when you update it, you'll see in a minute. It'll take us just a second to update it. You'll see that now I have a little green dot. That means this SEO is really good for this page. Now, I don't know if you noticed before, it was yellow. And then as soon as I updated it, since I changed the metadata, it turned to green. So that is what you want. You want the green. So that's your basic Google information. You could take that one step further and do the page analyst, and it'll tell you again here, I've got pretty good greens down here. I've got a couple yellows. See, they're telling me I don't have any H2 tags, which is really good to have. And you can just, it'll tell you different things. And especially the red ones are the ones that you want to fix. Like this one, my keyword doesn't appear in the first paragraph of my copy. That one I really, really want to change. The oranges, are okay, but you definitely want to do the dark oranges and the reds. You definitely want to get rid of those because your page will just show up much better. Now, the advanced tab, more than likely, you don't really need to play with this one. This is more for the search engines. If you, for some reason, if you don't want it to follow, you can hit this no follow button, but more than likely, just leave all this stuff alone. Now, the other one that's very important is the social tab. Now, you see here, I didn't actually change any of this yet. So I want to show you. Let me grab the link of the post. So if I were to go to Facebook right now and I were to post this link, you'll see what's going to happen. Once the preview comes up, I have a picture and I have some actually decent text. It took the information for the main tag. But if you want this to be a little bit different, and if you want a different photo to show, what you can do is go, whoops, wrong page, in here, and I'm just going to copy and paste this to make it, and you just change it to whatever you want. So say I want, let's just say awesome, quick ideas. And then you could do the whole description. This again, I'm just going to copy this for simplicity right now, but you really want it to be pretty beefy because you want people, while they're in Facebook, you really want to grab their attention. And so you can use the main picture, which is a decent one, to go with this because it's got like the little cover with the text on it and stuff. Or if you want to switch it out, you can use a different photo. Say, for instance, maybe this photo I want to try. So I'll use that one. Now, the one that was pulling from before was the featured image. That's why it pulled it. So for this one, let's see, I just picked up that one. So we'll save that. And let me grab the post again. And I'll go back to Facebook. Let's refresh this. All right, so we'll post this one again. So you'll see this changed and this changed, but the photo did not change. So this can be really, really frustrating sometimes. Facebook kind of sometimes, I think when it pulls images, sometimes it bullies back and forth between the featured image and the image that you wanted to show. So one, you can do it without a feature image, but I would probably actually keep that in, especially if your theme takes the featured image for your little thumbnails, like mine does. Or so what you also can do is you can go to, I should have bookmarked this. You go to the Facebook debugger. And if you go to the developers section of the Facebook, you can go, it's under, so it's developers.facebook.com. You go to tools and support, and then there's a URL debugger. So basically what this does is it kind of flushes out Facebook's cache of your site, and you can debug it. Most of the time it works, but sometimes you have to do it a couple times. And sometimes if you just wait an hour or two, it will it'll put it through. So let's see if we'll get lucky and it'll work. Because you'll see it's still picking up this one. But sometimes if you still post it, let's delete that, refresh it. Nope, we're not lucky enough. Well, I won't spend too much time on that, but if you kind of put it through a couple times, it usually will fix it. And so it's not so much important for when you are posting it, because you can change the images and when you post it in Facebook, but it becomes really important when other people are posting your items, because they're not going to take the time to change the title and the description. So you want to make sure that those are really tailored and nice, so that when they do get shared, you're taking full advantage of that share. All right, so let's see. I'm about at the halfway mark, and those were the advanced questions I have. And I don't see any questions yet. You guys are awfully quiet. So let's see, what else should I show you? Oops. Oh, here's another one that I get a question off too, is how do I change the title on my site? So let's see. Oops. You'll see here, this one I have, my title is At Home with Jen, a mom's blog with allergy-free recipes, and I forgot what else it was. And obviously different browsers show that in different ways, but that's also really good for SEO too, is to have a tailored description of your website. And what you can do and how you can change that, one, you can do it through Yoast. You can also do it through settings and general, which is where I had mine. So you have the site title, and then you also have the tagline. So it's really good to go in here, make sure this is tailored to your site, do a really good description. This is the title of my blog, so that's what mine is. And then the tagline should be a really good description of what your blog is about. All right, let's see. What else? Okay, I guess nobody else has got any questions. I'm going to go through, I have a couple slides that I want to go through some security stuff that I think is very, very important for every blog to do. So let me go ahead, I'll switch back over to Keynote and I will do those. All right. So security, I just want to talk a little bit about this because it is very, very, very important. I actually just had a client of mine that through a plugin, their site got hacked. They did not, the plugin didn't get updated before the new fix came out, and a hacker took advantage of that. It was an open hole in this plugin, and it took down their site completely. HostGator shut it down. They would not let us have the site back, and it took me I think it took 4 days for HostGator to get back to me, which is a nightmare in itself. But luckily, I was able to get in through the FTP, and I grabbed one of their backups, and I was able to put the site on a new host, because I'm putting everybody on new host now. And I was able to get them back up and running. So 2 very important things. One, make sure you always update everything. Because what happens, it's not so much that things break, it's because usually updates happen because there is a hole found in the software, in the coding. And once that hole is discovered, hackers spread it like wildfire. It just gets put over all the message boards that there's a hole in this particular plugin. Here it is. And hackers just take advantage of that and take down your site. And it's sad because more than likely that hacker doesn't even know who you are. And I don't understand why they do that sometimes. But so very important, update everything, not just the plugins, but WordPress itself. Those are the 2 biggest things. I found this really cool little graphic here, and I didn't put the notation there. I'm going to fix that. But I'll note where I got that from. It was from one of the security plugins, but it was very interesting. 41% of blogs get hacked by hosting, which I do agree. If you can afford it, go with a better hosting company. Currently, I have my personal blog on SiteGround. They're probably one of the cheaper ones, but so far I really like them. It's only been a couple months, but I really like their format, and their speed's pretty good. My company blog is on Flywheel, which they are awesome. I love them too. As soon as I switched from HostGator over to Flywheel, my site speed improved incredibly. And that's one of the things you have to remember is Google dings you. If your site is not tweaked and not as fast as it should be, you will get dinged and you won't get searched as much. So you get brownie points if you got a fast site. So any little thing that you can do to increase the speed of your site is worth it. And if you can afford a little bit extra and hosting, it's really worth it. The high end that I recommend is WP Engine. They are awesome. I have my bigger clients on them. What's really nice with them is that, say for instance, you get featured on a TV show somewhere. And what happened with one of my clients that happened to, and we were on a lower end site, the site capped their website because they had too much traffic going to it. They were using too much of the server, and they just shut the website down, which was really sad because that was a lot of publicity for this company, and they just didn't have the money to go to the bigger hosting, and so they kind of lost out because they had all this great free publicity and their website was down. So with WP Engine, they'll charge you more, but they will not shut off your website, which is great because if you've got something that went viral, or like I said, you're on a TV show, you want everybody to be able to get to your website, because otherwise you're losing out on donor money or sales or anything just because your website is a 404 page, which is sad. So again, if the most higher up web hosting you can afford, go for it. You'll see themes are also very big and getting hacked. What you should not do is go for any free theme, because what happens is a free theme usually has a lot of crap code in it, and they have a lot of spam in it. So basically what happens is your website is spamming other websites, and it just slows you down, and it's bad all over. So now there's some exceptions. Like if you go like with Woo Themes, they sell themes, but they also have a couple free themes. So those you're pretty safe with because they're made by a huge company. So they're not going to put in extra spam on on your site for you. So something like that is fine. But just any Joe Schmo, I would not choose a free theme with them. Just like I said, because they have put a lot of extra stupid coding in it and slows your website down. It's just bad. The next one up, 22%, was plugins, which I already talked about the big hole in my one client's plugin. And then the other thing is weak passwords. And then also using admin as your login. Never, never, ever do that. I know a lot of people don't like to make up like really complicated passwords because they can't remember them. One thing that I do, and this helped me tremendously to, one, not use the same password for every site, and then two, just keep all of my websites together, is I use a company called LastPass. And there's also another company I think called One Password. So basically, you only have to remember one password. It saves all your others. And with LastPass, it has a little plugin that goes on your browser, and then it just automatically fills in the username and password for you. So definitely use something like that. All right, so I think I went over all these, kind of went out of order. But yes, update everything. Strong passwords, which include uppercase, lowercase, symbols, numbers. Don't ever use admin as your login. Years ago, WordPress pretty much always made the first initial user the admin. Depending where you install it from now, I don't think it does anymore. But if it does, if you're in a WordPress installation and admin is your login, change it. So you can't actually change that exact user. You just basically create a new user with the username and password that you want, and then go back and either delete the admin or demote them down to like a subscriber so they can't do anything if they do get them. And then again, avoid free themes, use good hosting, and the number, all right, I think this is, even with update everything, is keep a backup of your site. This saved me so many times by having a backup. And as I mentioned with my other client, once I set up their site, I am so glad that I set up this automatic backup, because I had told them to make sure to set it up for an offsite backup, and they never did. And luckily, I had that backup that I had set up was still going, so we were saved by the fact that it was still backing up. Okay, sorry, I need a drink there. So again, backup. If you can back it up to an offsite, like one of the plugins that I use is called Backup Buddy. And basically, you can send your backup to a Dropbox, which is great because if for some reason that your hosting company turns your site off, denies you entry, whatever, and it's not always because of your fault. In this case, HostGator cut us off because somebody had hacked his site and it was using a script, and the script was using up a massive amount of server power. So they turned it off. The bad thing was they took 4 days to turn it back on. But so at any time, your hosting company can go kaput. You can, they can cut you off, whatever. It's not necessarily your fault. It could be some other third-party fault. If you have a backup that is off-site, it's in a different spot, then you're pretty much saved. You can also even download the backup to your hard drive whenever you possible too, because that way it's also still in a separate site beside your hosting company. So that is just my little bit on security. I could do like a whole hour on security, but I just wanted to do a little bit and let you know that is very, very important, because a lot of people don't do it, and that's what gets them in trouble. So let's see. Nobody else has got any questions, huh? You guys are seriously quiet. Okay, well, I wanted to be about 45 minutes, so we're actually coming up. I'm going to close it out with just one more slide here. Maybe if it's going to go. It's not going to go. All right, so here, one last slide. I just wanted to let you know about 2 new services from JL Design. We are going to be doing one-on-one WordPress training, which means It could even be like 1-on-2 if you wanted to, if you have a partner in your business and you want both of you guys to have some training. But basically, you get an hour or two with me, and I go through questions and answers through GoToMeeting. We record the whole session, so you get the recording back afterwards also, so you can go back and relearn anything that you need to. And it's completely run by you. So whatever questions that you have is what we go through. And then I'll also give out pointers, whatever I see. If I see something's wrong or if it's something that can get improved, I will do that too. So we have that one. And we also have what's called a continuing improvement packages. Now, this is kind of goes along with that whole security thing. If you don't think you can do the backups every day, you don't want to be responsible for updating the WordPress and updating the plugins or fixing stuff when the updates break something, that's where I come in. So my services start about $75 a month, and that's me. I go ahead, I back up everything every week. If you want more than every week, if you blog a lot like every day, I will back it up every day. I do the updates. I check these daily. So if the update happens, I'm there that next day making sure that it gets updated. This also includes a half hour of edits. So if there's something that a graphic you need made, or you need this posted, whatever you need for WordPress, that's what those include. So I'll do a half hour of edits or a half hour training, whichever you want to do. So if there's something you really want to learn how to do, we can do a half hour training. So those start at $75 a month. And because this is brand new and you guys have signed up for the webinar, I'm going to go ahead and give a 25% coupon. So if you want to do either one of those, you can just check out and use the coupon WP Train, and you can purchase both of these now on my website, jl-design.com. And I will go ahead, and when I do the wrap up email, that'll include the copy of this recording, and I'll put links to the stuff that I have talked about, and I'll also put this coupon code in there. So, all right, guys, I can't believe no live questions. I will go ahead and sign off, and hopefully everybody will have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.